Welcome for today's video. What will we be looking at today? Well, there might be a situation where you are using Wordfast Pro and there's something that you want to do but that you can only do at the moment with Wordfast Anywhere. So for example, you need a pre-translation using the latest version of DeepL. So you would need to do that in Wordfast Anywhere. Or you need a pre-translation with AI. So you have many ways to do that with many different AI models in Wordfast Anywhere. So maybe that's something that you want to do. Or you have a very big file and another one of your colleagues is using Wordfast and you will be working together at the same time on a very big file. So the same process will work in all three cases. So let's see what we do, how we start from Wordfast Pro. Okay, so from Wordfast Pro, what you need to do is to create a project. It's better to have a smaller project with less things in it. So I suggest you create a new project for that. But if you're using a small project, you can still use it if you want. What I mean by small is that with a small number of files in it. So for example, I have this file here, okay? And at the moment, if we look into it, we see that the target is empty. It's not populated, but we want to translate it with DeepL. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to close the file and I'm going to go into the project list view. So the home here, and I need to locate the project I want to use in Wordfast Anywhere. Click on it so that it becomes blue. And now I need to click on Export Package. So this is going to create a GLP package, which is special to Wordfast. And in here, to make sure the project is light, so this way you can move it easily over the internet, we will click instead of entire project on specific target languages and resources. And this will allow me to make some changes here. And I want to keep only txlf files. So I'll just untick all these things. Okay, I'm keeping only txlf files and I'm keeping the language pair that I want to be translated in Wordfast Anywhere. Okay, and that's all. All right, so just untick these, make sure you keep txlf, and you can leave the naming scheme as it is by default here. You select an export location, so I'm going to use the downloads folder, and you just export it. So once you open Wordfast Anywhere, if you have not set up DeepL yet, of course we need to do it. That's done by accessing the Wordfast Anywhere menu at the top. And in here, we need to select Setup Wordfast Anywhere, the gear wheel. And in here, we want empty, not AI, empty. So in empty, if we don't have DeepL here yet visible in our machine translation engines, we need to click the green guy to add it. So let's click the green button, and here in this drop down menu we locate DeepL and we click on it to select it. Of course, as this is a recent version of the connector to DeepL, you have the formality levels that you can choose here, and your API key should go here in this area on the right. So we paste it here and we click on the add button. Once the test has happened, you should see that an engine has been added. And if you already have 5 engines on the first page, you need to go to the next page. That's my case here, and you select DeepL. Okay. Once that's done, you must click on Save Settings for DeepL to be added to Wordfast Anywhere. So, okay, so now we have DeepL active in Wordfast Anywhere. What we want to do now is to bring our GLP package that we created in Wordfast Pro into Wordfast Anywhere. In the project tab, I need to click on the big import button. So I do import here, and I'm going to go get my file, okay, that I have placed here so that I know exactly where it is. And now I'm going to place it here, drag and drop in Wordfast Anywhere, and I click on upload. So the upload is pretty quick, and now it's going to tell me if I'm happy with the name of that project and that it's going to import it. So let's say it's fine for me. So I click on import. It tells me which files have been uploaded. In this case, we have only one. I can close. It confirms successful upload. And now I'm going to close, and it's going to create a new project. So the first letter of the project is T. So if I have several projects, my project will appear in the T by alphabetical order. So I see it here, test to Wordfast Anywhere. To open it, just double click. And now I need to click on the file. And by doing that, selecting the file, I trigger the file menu. And now I want to find the pre-translation button. And when I click on pre-translation, I see that it will start on segment 1, and in the list here, when no match, I need to find use DeepL. Once I see that, I click on it, and I can click on pre-translate or pre-translate in the background. If you're not going to do anything else in Wordfast Anywhere, you can just click on pre-translate. Once the process has finished, you will see this type of information coming up to your screen. You can click on close. Okay, so everything is translated fine, no error message. So now we need to get a GLP file to return to Wordfast Pro. So to get our GLP file, we go in the project tab and we look for export. So we click on export, and in here it tells us what it is going to do. And I suggest for the package name, you call it return. Okay, so that you know what it's for. So in this case, it will return to Pro. Okay, so I'm going to call it return to WFP. Okay, so English to Spanish and txlf files will be downloaded inside the GLP, and it will go inside my downloads folder. So let's click on download. So this should be quick. Okay, so that's good to go. Okay, so now we are back in Wordfast Pro, and now I need to select import package. Make sure you don't click on import SDL package, it's not the same thing. We want the one that says only package. Okay, so import package. So we click on this. And first we need to select our file. So I'm going to select the one I renamed. Okay, so return to WFP, open. And now I need to make sure I have selected update an existing project. Okay. And in here I have two options, and I will select the first one. And make sure that the project to update is the correct one. So make sure the correct one is selected, and the box is ticked here, open project after importing, which is perfect for me. So let's go import now. Okay, that's done. That was pretty quick. And so let's double click to open the file. And in here, I can see that my file has been fully pre-translated by machine translation. Okay. So that's what we wanted. DeepL has pre-translated that. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video. See you in the next one. Bye bye.